This is the Herd Line News.
Last night was fun, and the Timberwolves certainly took their time to celebrate.
Boy, those fans were thirsty. That was a big night for them.
Well, Patrick Beverley was ecstatic.
Oh, it's crazy, irritating. Crazy.
He is certainly an irritant.
He's
Sometimes
nuts.
he is your irritant. Sometimes he is not your irritant.
Well, that foul by Reggie Jackson in the corner. That was a huge turning point.
It was big time foul problems yesterday on both sides. Well, he was excited to beat the Clippers and secure the Timberwolves spot in the postseason. LA traded him away last summer after 4 seasons with the team, and after the win, he explains how great it was to beat his former team.
Man, I wanted this so bad. I wanted this one so bad. This is just the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. To play in, to be able to beat them. Another goal scratched off.
What did you say to your old teammates at the end there when you were standing in front of the bench?
Take their ass home. Long fight to LA. Take your ass home. You know, it's deeper that for me. You understand? I gave my blood and sweat and tears to that organization. To be able to come here, play them in a play-in, beat their ass. No other feeling, man. No other feeling.
By the way, you can't tell me I don't like the NBA guys don't play hard and then hate Patrick Beverley. Because that dude is playing 1978 basketball.
The people that dislike Patrick Beverley is because he's reckless and can injure people and does things like shove Chris Paul in the back whenever he's not looking.
Well, so did Bill Laimbeer and Dennis Rodman. They were tackling people. They were tackling Lakers.
Gave them some critiques, too.
Yeah, you say all these, I love the NBA in the 80s. Bill Laimbeer was tackling people. The Pistons were tackling people.
I think if Patrick Beverley's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, which is all the other teams in the NBA, you don't. But
look at he and Morris are buddies there.
He played 4 seasons there. I'm sure his animosity isn't towards his former teammates. It's probably towards the front office. His teammates didn't have anything to do with him letting him go. It was a scene last night afterwards. I mean, you would have thought that they won the championship. Well, but it was fun. I don't have a problem with you celebrating wins.
No,
and they're a young team.
And listen,
they're emotional.
And Minnesota is Minnesota's a strange market. They should be winning championships. It's a well-heeled market. They've got a lot of corporate money. They got a lot of money. They got loyal fans, and they just can never. They're always close and they're always interesting. The Vikings, the Twins,
well run.
Yeah, I mean they haven't been poorly run, and it's. I just think it's great. He's just getting people fired.
Well, I will say though. For all our talk about how young they are, and there were some points in that game yesterday where you're like, what are you doing?
Oh, no, Carl Anthony Towns. And he's not even a kid. He's been in the league for years.
Yeah, you can't do that. But this series between the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies is going to be amazing.
Epic. I think Memphis wins it. It'll be epic.
Yes. I mean, with so much energy, young talent everywhere, it's going to be a great matchup. I'm really looking forward to that. And that was a scene last night. So the Nets beat the Cavs in the other playing game last night to secure the 7th seed in the East in a first-round matchup with the Celtics, which is what we were kind of all hoping for. And after the win, Bruce Brown gave Boston a little extra motivation, a little sprinkle, a little sauce.
Yeah.
Saying they didn't have a great presence in the paint.
Oh, boy.
With big man Robert Williams out.
It's true.
And KD was not happy about that.
What did Bruce Brown say when he got up here? He said something I ain't like. Somebody just told me. We respect our opponents. It's like, we don't need to talk about, what we going to do to them. Like, I just don't like that, But that's just how Bruce is. He comes in and he says that, he keeps the same energy throughout the whole season. So, but, yeah, like, we don't need to say like that. Let's just go out there and hoop.
I love this from KD.
Yeah.
I love this from KD.
Yeah, KD drives me crazy, but there are times I love him.
Well, I think this particularly this year, and KD gets a lot of criticism, and he left Golden State, and now he's with the Nets, and there's a lot of stuff going on. It's been a crazy season. KD is doing something that didn't happen with the Lakers all year. He's coming out and saying he doesn't like something. He doesn't like something that's going on.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, that's a call out. Now,
by the way,
he softened it, saying like Bruce is always this way. But, like, I don't like that. No. Like, we respect Boston. We're not going in there thinking we're going to roll them. They have a great team. And we don't talk about what we're going to do to them.
I always told you it drove me crazy with Andrew Luck, the quarterback formerly of the Colts. He always took the hit. Like, he was always like, hey, it's my fault. No, not really. You have the worst offensive line in the league. Like, stop doing that. There's a time that you can be disingenuous. You should almost always fall on the sword.
Yes.
Almost always.
I agree.
Almost always. But there are times leadership is being critical and firing people. Like, it's confronting people. LeBron doesn't confront. Never has. And it's a weakness to his sort of makeup. He just won't do. Everybody's great. Westbrook's amazing. No, he's not. He's awful right now for the Lakers. He's awful. You just got to say it. Like, it doesn't work. We got to move on. Say it.
No, I think sometimes you do need to come out and say that we're not doing something this way. He's the leader. He's the face. And they can talk about it in the locker room afterwards. But I like that KD, like, snipped that a little bit. Because, I mean, that's going to be bulletin board material. All right, we don't have enough. Like, they're the overall better team throughout the season, are the Celtics. So you don't want to give them any extra bulletin board material. So the Rams have been busy adding pieces to their Super Bowl winning roster this offseason. And 2 more big free agents could be headed to L.A. There was reportedly mutual interest between the Rams and defensive backs Tyrann Mathieu and Stephon Gilmore. A move is not expected to be made before the draft, but the Rams defense could be getting some more star power in 2022. Take a look at some of the notable contracts that the Rams already have this year.
Got Allen Robinson, got Bobby Wagner. My guess is they won't land these guys because they tend to draft well. What I'm hearing is the Rams would like to draft. Let's get to the draft.
Right.
See what we're able to get. Because what they're telling you is we have safety. We have concerns in our secondary. That's what they're telling you. These are both secondary guys.
Right.
So they're telling you, listen, we're going to draft somebody in the secondary. They drafted a corner, I think, last year. They had to give up Darius Williams, who didn't have a great year, pretty good player, number 2 corner. So they need another corner, and they're going to see if they can get it in the draft. If they can't, I think they'll get one of these 2, not both. But it's just like they're not using a Swiss bank. When you draft well and you're well run and can manipulate the cap.
You know, you were talking about this earlier, and I just couldn't help but think it's all these leagues are copycat leagues.
Yes.
Why don't you just copy it?
Well, it's like Phil Jackson ran the triangle. Why don't you copy it? Phil's smarter than other coaches.
I mean, yes, I know, but like at least make the effort to see what the direction of the trend is going. Like that's why I think everyone doubting the Broncos this year. Tom Brady went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, immediately won a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford went to the LA Rams, immediately won a Super Bowl.
Denver.
I'm not saying that the Broncos are going to win a Super Bowl this year.
But they're saying this works. Solid roster, lot of weapons, bring in the quarterback, it'll work.
First time, maybe it's luck.
Second time,
kind of a trend.
That's why.
Third time, it is what it is.
You know, Denver's saying, basically Denver, and we called Denver a year ago. We said Denver's the Tampa before Tom got there. They got they're ready to win the Super Bowl. At some point, Denver's like, well, just figure out the finances. Like, get Russell in here. We're going to be really good. Oh, the division's tough. Well, it was tough for Stafford. Who cares?
Yeah, so is the NFC West.
SEC's tough in football. They still put the 2 teams in the playoffs every year.
All of these teams have professional players, by the way. Like, the NFL is hard. You don't. There's no like easy way to win a Super Bowl. That's not how this works. I think what the Rams do is just remarkable. But I'm with you. There's very few people at the top of any industry, and they find ways to make it work. But also they bring in guys that fit into their culture as well.
You have to remember. Let me just speak for guys. Guys have big egos. Women are probably better copiers because women don't have the testosterone and the egos we do. So women will be like, oh, she does something, it works, I'm going to copy that. Guys, a lot of the time, and I've heard guys say this, I know this would be better, but I'm not. I got my way of doing stuff. And I'm like, no. If you do it this way, you'll make more money. Well, I didn't come up with it first. Like, guys are their own worst enemy. I don't think women are. I think women are very capable of going, this works. She started it. I'm following her.
Well, that's why I think do-it-yourself videos are so popular. You know, like, show me how to do this. I'll walk through the steps and do it myself.
Yeah.
Or if I can't, I will pay someone who does it better than me.
Yeah. Guys struggle with that.
So basically, women should run the FBI, because we're all spies, and be in charge of everything.
No. Let me tell you something. FBI should be all women.
I don't understand why it's not. I actually think it's quite silly.
No, my wife
You guys don't know what to look for.
No, I will watch, without exception, I watch a murder mystery with my wife. We're 12 minutes in. She's like, guilty. I'm like, he's the barber. What do you mean guilty? He's been in one scene. She's like, guilty. My wife figures it out every time. Immediately, I'm at the end of the movie. I have to rewind it and watch the last 22 minutes. I don't understand what just happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys don't know what to look for.
Yeah, that is the one industry in America, the spy industry. Guys just retire and let women take it over.
When you assume everything is a lie, it's easier to find the truth.
Women always figure out when guys are cheating. They say women cheat as much as men. We just never figure it out. You guys are too deceptive. It's just crazy out there. We're just blinded. We can't see stuff. You're out there.
No, you guys just do things. you just decide on something and then you do it. There's no plan. It's like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Give me a bagel.
Yeah.
Jam it in my face. You guys are much more subtle. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.